Max too, or what?
It's set. I got to grab something right quick.
Mute your mic, just
Oh.
in case, because I'm.
All right, good morning, everyone. Our time right now is 9:06, and we are doing a live social media right now. Due to we have some strong storms going on again today here across middle Georgia. So we are going to go right ahead and let you know what's going on here as far as the weather is concerned. Let's take a look at our radar right now, and you can see we have a large area of moderate to heavy rain going on across middle Georgia. And look at all these lightning strikes. Now, the heaviest activity, of course, is south of the Macon, Warner Robins area, but here in Macon right now, we've got some pretty heavy rain going on. Look at all this lightning detected here in some of these thunderstorms. And that, folks, is where we have actually a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings right now. So let's talk about those. Now, you can't hardly see it, but you can see the orange polygon, the orange shaded box right here. That is where we have a severe thunderstorm warning currently, and that is for Marion, Schley, Sumter, and Webster County here. That's where that severe thunderstorm is. And look at all that heavy rain. The red indicates very, very heavy rain falling right now. And look at all these lightning strikes going on there as well. So Americus right now, you're getting hammered pretty hard with that heavy rain and some lightning going on there, possibly even getting some hail there. We'll check the hail tracker in just a bit to see if there's any hail going on in that area. But again, if you're in the Americus area, along Highway 280 there, looking at Highway 19 there, you are really getting hammered right now with some very heavy rain, and that extends down to near the Leslie area there and just south of the Andersonville area. Now again, this is not tornado, this is severe thunderstorm warnings that we have in these locations. And then we have another severe thunderstorm warning here just to the east a little bit, and this one is in the for Crisp, Dooley, Pulaski, and Wilcox counties until 9:15 this morning. It's in this orange shaded box area right here. Let me zoom out just a little bit so we can get a better look at that. And again, you can see some very, very heavy rain going on in that area as well. Very strong thunderstorm right in that area near the Cordele area, just slightly north of Cordele. You can see all the heavy rain and also a lot of lightning strikes going on with that particular storm as well. So again, this is some severe thunderstorm warnings that we have now in effect here in middle Georgia. You know, we've been telling you all morning that again today we are at risk for some strong to severe thunderstorms, and we are seeing that play out right now in this particular location. Let's go ahead and put the radar in motion now, and you can see that complex of those severe thunderstorm warnings there in the orange shaded boxes and orange shaded areas. Most of it is south of the Montezuma area, but wow, look at all that lightning detected there was that thunderstorm complex that is down into that area right now, getting hammered with very heavy rain, possibly even some gusty winds in that area as well. And as we said, plenty of lightning going on. Let's go ahead and take a look also at, let's look at the hail tracker, and we'll check and see if there's anything going on in that location as far as hail. And we are seeing some hail indications here. You can see right here near the Americus area and just southwest of Americus, that's where we're picking up a little bit of hail as well. And then got some pretty good stuff going on here in that very, very heavy thunderstorm near the Cordele area, where we got some pretty heavy and possibly some large hail falling right here in this area as well. And again, that is near or slightly north of the city of Cordele, where that particular extremely strong thunderstorm is located right there. And we'll go ahead and put a tracker on this. And we'll track the hail and see exactly where it has came from and where it may be headed. I'm going to put this in motion a little bit, and you can see right there in that area where these very, very heavy thunderstorms have been rolling along, that is where we're picking up these pockets of some hail that are falling there as well. Again, it's near the Americus area, down just north of Dawson, and then over toward the Cordell area. I'm really impressed with this area here where we got that blue showing up there, possibly some pretty large hailstones going on there in that area. And again, that's near Cordell, and it's moving kind of off to the northeast. You can see it there. So definitely, not only do we have very, very heavy rain, a lot of vivid lightning going on in these locations, possibly even some gusty winds, and we'll look at the wind profile here in just a bit, but now we know that we have hail out there as well with some of these storms. So let's go ahead and take a look at the velocity here in this area. Of course, there are no tornado warnings issued. It's just severe thunderstorm warnings currently. But you don't have to have a tornado, folks, to get some wind damage. You can have straight line winds, and we could possibly see that with some of these storms out there where we could be seeing winds gusting to 50, 60, even up to 70 miles per hour in some of these storms. And just know that those gusty winds can also do damage, even though there is possibly there is not a tornado warning that is in effect currently. But severe thunderstorm warnings, of course, can put down some very, very heavy rain, thunder, lightning, and also those gusty winds. And that's what we're looking at right now here in this area. Let's go back to our radar right now for a bit, and we'll show you again the progress of these particular storms. And again, if you know anybody down in this area, if you want to share this on your social media page, Facebook or Twitter or whatever, just click the share button. We would be happy for you to share that, because these are some pretty nasty, intense storms, especially if you are down in, or if you know someone that is in this area where these heavy thunderstorms are going on. And we'll that up just a little bit and zoom in to that area right there where we have those severe thunderstorms going on. Again, this area right here, Crisp, Dooley, Pulaski, and Wilcox counties. That's this area right here where we have that severe thunderstorm warning until 9:15. Again, you can see by the red color there all of the heavy rain that is falling. And I'm really impressed by all the lightning strikes, especially this storm over here south of the Americas area, where we've got a ton of lightning going on there and extremely heavy rain going on there as well. And then that's the other the severe thunderstorm warning that we have going on in that area, and it is for Marion, Schley, Sumter, and Webster counties, and that particular warning is until 9:30, and that's for this shaded area right here, this orange shaded area, which of course does include the city of Americus. Then we have another severe thunderstorm warning until 9:45. It's just below that. It's Doherty, Lee, Terrell, and Worth counties. Of course, that's getting down into the southwest and South Georgia market and area there. But we just thought we would bring that to your attention, just in case you have some folks down in that area that may be watching the weather and know what's going on, because it's definitely a time to be weather aware in these particular locations. So we got 3 severe thunderstorm warnings going on right now that we know of. This one right here, then we got a large one here and one down here where we are watching some very, very heavy thunderstorms roll through the area. And this is the same locations, folks, that we had some severe weather yesterday down in some of these same locations. And also this morning, some of these folks have already received some very heavy rain. So it's going to be really impressive to see some rainfall totals that is going to come out of these locations. Yesterday, some areas in southwest Georgia received 3 to 4 inches of rain, and we are adding to it as I speak with this very heavy, these thunderstorms that are rolling through the area. So kind of like a training effect, sort of. I mean, we're getting, it's all because of a boundary, a frontal boundary that's set up here across the state of Georgia. And we've got these thunderstorms that are rolling right along that frontal boundary. And as long as that frontal boundary stays there, we're going to have one complex after another. These storms will roll through, we'll get a little bit of a break, then we'll have another complex roll through to produce more severe weather. So once this gets out of here this morning, this afternoon we may end up seeing a few more strong to severe storms across the area. We're not saying it's going to be in this exact location, but we are saying that the potential is there to see a few more storms. All right, looks like we just had another severe thunderstorm warning here issued for Crisp. This one is issued for Crisp, Dooley, Pulaski, and Wilcox County until 9:45. So this is a new severe thunderstorm warning just now issued by the National Weather Service. And we're going to zero in on that one right now and take a look at that newly issued severe thunderstorm warning. Again, crisp, Dooley, Pulaski, and Wilcox County. You can see very, very heavy rain falling here near the Vienna area. That extends all the way up to the Finlayson area near Wallace, approaching Highway 129 there. So this is very, very heavy rain. Look at all the lightning detected in that as well. And again, we could see some gusty winds with some of these thunderstorms as well. And as I was saying earlier, you don't have to have a tornado to have wind damage. These thunderstorms can put down some winds gusting 50, 60, 70, even as high as 80 miles per hour with some of these particular thunderstorms. So definitely not anything to take very lightly here this morning as these storms are rolling through the state of Georgia. Again, the good news is most of this, especially if you're in Macon and Warner Robins and points northward, the good news is all of this currently is south of you, and we're watching the radar right now. All of this activity that is still coming out of Alabama, it's moving ever so slightly south of east. So we're calling it east-southeast. As you can see, it's moving right along that area right there. So if that stays in play, at least for the short term, Macon and points northward may not have to deal so much with these heavy rain and strong thunderstorms, but we still have the potential out there for some to pop up and develop. But as of right now, most of the severe weather seems to be going ever so slightly south of east, and that would put most of it coming right back into the same area that is being hit right now. And that's why I said we're going to see some very impressive rain totals, because you see, here's a very strong thunderstorm, this one right here. Then we got this complex back here that's going to be moving into that same area. And then when you look over here near Montgomery, Alabama, what are we looking at? There's another complex of storms right there. If that holds together, moving right back into this same area. So that's what we mean by training, is when these storms move over the same area time and time and time again. So definitely, I think that's going to be the main focal point today for, especially in the next hour or so, for the severe weather. It's going to be from about Macon, Warner Robins southward down to about the Albany area. Right in that area right there seems to be in line for some pretty strong thunderstorms. Now let's go ahead again and take a look at these other severe thunderstorm warnings that we have here. All right, let's take a look at this one first. And this one again is for Dougherty, Lee, Terrell, and Worth County here. That's north of the Dawson area. Pretty heavy rain going on right there in that location. Let's zoom in here and get some more of these city names here. We're looking at Smithville right now, getting hit pretty hard. Let me slow this radar down just a little bit so we can get a little bit better view of the movement of that. And we'll go back to that particular storm right there. All right, this again is the severe thunderstorm warning for Dougherty, Lee, Terrell, and Worth counties. Again, you can see right there, look at all that heavy rain going on between Americus and the Dawson area near Leesburg. And so Cordele, you just got hit pretty hard by that thunderstorm right there. Watch it. There it is, and it moved off to the northeast. Now here comes another thunderstorm right there behind this one. So folks there in Cordele, north of Cordele, you're getting hit pretty hard again in the next few minutes with a some very heavy rain, thunder, and lightning going on there as well. So let's take another look at another one of these severe thunderstorm warnings. And this is the one now for Sumter and Webster County. And this is for until 9:30 this morning, so that's about another 10 minutes. And this one right here, Sumter and Webster County, very heavy rain, a severe thunderstorm warning going on there, and you can see the thunder and lightning on that one as well. And then we're watching this other severe thunderstorm warning here for Crisp, Dooley, Pulaski, and Wilcox County until 9:45. This area right here You can see all the heavy rain, thunder and lightning going on with that, and again, possibly some strong wind gusts as well. Now, this system, this thunderstorm right here near the Finlayson area appears to be kind of moving off to the east. These seem to be moving a little more to the southeast. So the good news for you guys here in Finlayson, hopefully, is you're going to get this that's going through right now, and then this behind it may go actually a little bit south of you. So if you're near the Finlayson area, south of Hawkinsville, you're already getting hit pretty hard this morning with those heavy rain, thunder, lightning, and possibly wind gusts. And then hopefully this will scoot down to the south. But unfortunately for you folks in Cordele, you're getting hit pretty hard once again with some very heavy rain, that thunder and lightning going on there. So let's widen out the view now. Let's go over toward the Alabama area and let's see what is going on there. Because as I said, the whole reason that this is happening yesterday and again today is there is a frontal system that's lying right across this area here. And as long as that frontal system is in that location, these storms are going to fire up along that frontal system and ride along that front. And right here seems to be the focal point from about Birmingham, Montgomery, southward, in an area like that, Macon, southward. It looks like that's where we're going to have the bulk of this heavy rain and possibly severe weather. And you can see a lot of it going on right here in central Georgia and down in the southwest Georgia. So as I said, the good news is for all of us here in Macon right now, you are getting rain, but nothing severe. Let's zero in a little bit closer to Macon and Warner Robins and the Gray McIntyre area. You can see we do have some heavy rain going on right now, but even with this, there's not a lot of lightning going on, maybe one here and there. So this is just mostly heavy rain. Nothing really to worry about right now. Nothing severe there in our area here in Macon. Widen out the view just a little bit. Again, we're looking down toward Warner Robins. That's where you're getting some heavy rain right now as well. That extends all the way over near the Wrightsville area. Dublin, you're getting in on a little bit of light rain right now and sprinkles, but it is coming your way. So you're going to be getting some heavier rain here in just a little bit. But again, by far the heaviest activity is down south of Montezuma in that area, and we'll zero on that once again. You're talking about Americus, down toward the north of Albany, over toward the Cordele area. That right there is the extremely heavy rain going on right now, and therefore that's why we have these severe thunderstorm warnings going on. So let's take a look right now. Let's go back to the hail tracker and see what we're looking at as far as hail right now. So radar is picking up some hail here in these locations, actually north of the Leesburg area. Let me zoom in on this a little tighter and see if we can pick out some cities or communities close to that. Okay, it seems to be a hail core here where we got some hail falling near Smithville, just slightly east of Smithville. And this is, trying to get these road numbers here, 377, Highway 377, and then we also have Highway 118. So Highway 118 here, 377 here. Got some hail falling right on top of that intersection right there as it looks like right now. Got a little bit of hail showing up over there near the Sumter area. And folks, we encourage you to use our Chime In feature. If you are getting hail or wind damage or something weather-related that you would like to share with us here, you can go to our website, WGXA.tv, click the Chime In tab or the feature there, and upload your pictures or videos, and we would love to see them and possibly even share them on the air. Because from time to time, we have had people send in pictures of some pretty large hailstones, and earlier we were picking up some looked like some pretty large hail near the Cordele area. But let's zero in again on where we're looking at some more possible hail falling here. Near the Lake Blackshear area right now, looks like it's getting a little bit of hail near the Cobb area, near Lamar Road and Pryor Road. In that area, got some hail falling, it looks like. And then over here, pretty close to the, looks like the Coney Road north. A little bit of hail core going on there and near Coney. Let's widen out. Okay, we just got an update on that. So look at how that has expanded. The hail falling in that area on that latest scan, latest radar picking up on what may be falling. So now we got this area here, which does include the city of Coney, Lake Blackshear again, over near Cobb, and up near Farmers Market, which is here behind me. It's where we've got some hail falling in that area. And notice, this is not even in an area where we have a severe thunderstorm warning right now. The severe thunderstorm warning are on both sides of that, where you see these orange shaded boxes, but we still have some heavy thunderstorm activity here producing some of that hail. So not only do we have the hail over here near the Smithville area, but we've got some here near Lake Blackshear, again near the Cordele area, and a little bit east of that as well. So let's go over here to the Cordele area, zoom in on some of that. So again, if you're near the Farmers Market area, East 8th Avenue near Cordele, and up here, and this is highway number 257. Again, we've got some hail falling there as well, and that is included in part of that severe thunderstorm warning. So we'll go ahead and put the motion on this and see where this hail has tracked across. We'll slow that down just a little bit again. That way we can get a pretty good idea. And notice how whenever this hail core was a little bit north of the Cordele area earlier, look at the blue that showed up in that. And you can see by the color legend right here, blue is anywhere from about 3/4 to an inch in diameter, some of that hail. So that's some pretty big hail being picked up there north or near the Cordele area. The heaviest seems to have diminished just a little bit. So if you are near the Cordele area, north of Cordele, between Cordele and Vienna, and you've got some pictures or video of some of that hail that fell in that area, we would like for you to chime that into us. Again, go to the WGXA.TV website, click the chime in button there, and upload those pictures of the hailstones. We would certainly love to see that, because obviously looks like we did get some pretty large hail in that area earlier. So let's go back now. Let's take a look at the Doppler winds. Now again, these are not tornado warnings. So to the best of our knowledge right now, we're not looking at anything tornadic. We're just looking at some heavy thunderstorms and some severe thunderstorm warnings that have been issued for these areas. And looking at the Doppler, usually this looks a little bit interesting right here to me, but the National Weather Service has not issued any warnings for any of these areas, but that is certainly a little interesting to see right in that area there. Maybe picking up a little bit of gusty winds there close to the Philema area between there and Warwick. Maybe some wind activity going on right there possibly. But again, this is not tornado warnings we're looking at. This is severe thunderstorm warnings. But that doesn't mean you can't have gusty winds. I mean, these severe thunderstorms can produce gusty straight line winds. Now, we did just now have a tornado warning that is not in our area, but is getting interestingly close to Georgia, and it is over here in Alabama, north of Dothan. So we're not going to really talk about that because it's not in our area, but just to show you that already a tornado warning going on over there north of Dothan. And now, if these hold together, south and southwest Georgia, just like yesterday, hammered pretty hard, you could end up again with some pretty strong thunderstorms here that could put down some tornadoes. So definitely the folks in South Georgia, if you're in the Albany area, if you're north of Albany, south of there, you need to be watching this particular storm, because we do have that tornado warning now out. Of course, that is over in the Alabama area. Just thought I would mention that and throw that out there. Let's go back to our radar right now. Well, before we go to the radar, let me show you the severe weather outlook that we have here. So again today, yesterday we were at a higher level. Today we're at a level 1, all of the entire area. Level 1 out of 5 for the potential for a few strong storms. And you know they're happening. If you're down near the Cordell area, if you are near the Montezuma area, Eastman, Abbeville, Vienna area, down south of the Macon, Warner Robins area, you know good and well that things are going on there because you're getting hit pretty hard with some of those thunderstorms. So just know again today we have that level 1 out of 5 across the area for those severe storms. And while I'm pulling up the radar, now would be a great time, if you have not already, to go over to the App Store, download our WGXA Skywatch Weather app. Immediately when watches or warnings are issued, you'll be able to get those right to the palm of your hand, sent to your phone. And you'll be able to pull up radars, just like I'm looking at right now, zero in on specific cities or locations. You can see the thunder, the lightning, you can see the rain, you can see the watches, you can see the warnings. You can put it in motion and see where the rain is going. So it is a very handy tool to have and a very important tool to have in times of severe weather. So again, go ahead and download that now. Would certainly be a great time to do that if you have not already. WGXA Skywatch Weather app would be the great time to do that right now. All right, let's go ahead and put this in motion. And the good news is it looks like we've had one of our severe thunderstorm warnings actually cancel. The one that was until 9:30, they did go ahead and cancel that or let it expire. But we are still watching a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings going on here, again, south of our area. Let's zoom in on those once again. Boy, my eye keeps going over to that tornado warning over there in Alabama. That's in Dale and Henry County in Alabama. So definitely going to be watching that one for South Georgia and that area, southwest Georgia. But let's go ahead and get back to our severe thunderstorm warnings here. Okay, the first one we have here is again for Dougherty, Lee, Terrell, and Worth counties until 9:45. That's this one right here. And again, it does include the city of Dawson right now. Notice the heavy thunderstorms going on right now, and that extends over toward the Leesburg area. That's where we have another severe thunderstorm warning. And let's pull that one up right quick. Okay, we're still looking at the Dougherty, Terrell, Worth County severe thunderstorm warning. So that's the one that we still have out until 9:45 this morning. So that's got about 12 more minutes on that particular warning. So again, as I've been saying, the good news is for the folks here in Macon, Warner Robins, Perry, Gray, Roberta, all of Middle Georgia, not a lot going on as far as severe weather right now. Now I'm going to go over here to this pretty heavy thunderstorm that's popped up near McIntyre. We'll pull that one up here. Notice right now that just appears to be a pocket of really heavy rain. I don't even see any lightning detected in that right now, but that could change at any moment. But just some pretty heavy rain going on right now. McIntyre, Irwinton, you see that red shaded area right there, and then over toward the Gordon and Ivy area there as well. Some pretty heavy rain going on in those locations. But again, right now we don't have any severe watches or warnings over there. So that's the good news. And even looking at this, we have no lightning detected there with these storms as of right now. But like I said, that could change at any moment because that appears to be a possibly strengthening storm, possibly a thunderstorm getting its act together there. Hearing a little bit of thunder going on the outside now, the station, so we know there are thunderstorms around here. Let's zoom into Macon right now, where we have some pretty heavy rain going on. And notice, around the Macon area, we are picking up a few lightning strikes as well. One down there, just to the southwest of I-475, and just got a few others here and there popping up. But again, the good news is here in Macon, and got one over here near Lakeside. The good news is, right now, no severe weather in the immediate Macon, Warner Robins, Jones County, over toward Twiggs County, down toward or up toward Monroe County. We're all as far as severe weather, okay right now. So let's widen out the radar one more time. Again, this seems to be by far the heaviest activity down here south of the Americas area and near Cordele, where again we have extremely heavy rain falling in that area and a lot of lightning being detected there as well. And as I've already said earlier, possibly even some gusty winds going on with those particular storms. We'll look at the stats on this one more time. Severe thunderstorm warning. And again, it's for Dougherty, Lee, Terrell, and Worth County. Look at all the lightning being detected in that area as well. Plenty of lightning, heavy rain, and as we said, possibly some gusty winds. And I want to go back to the hail tracker on that one is also because that particular storm, or those storms, it's actually been more than one, seem to be hail producers. Right now, we are looking at a little bit of hail that is still falling out there, some of it in the warned area, some of it not. We're looking at some here. Let's zero in on that a little bit, get a little closer on that. So if you are near the Oakfield area, just a little to the west and northwest of the Oakfield area, looks like we have some hail falling there. And then north of that, another area of some hail falling in that location. And then we'll go over a little bit to an area where we do not have a severe thunderstorm warning currently, just a little bit north of Rebecca, and then east of Cordele there, Highway 280, just right near Highway 280. That's where we have just like a little bit more hail falling in that area as well. So these are heavy rain producers. A lot of lightning going on with some of these storms. You see we've got the hail cores out there. We do have some hail falling with some of these storms and also possibly some gusty winds. Now I'm just looking at this back here. Looks like some pretty heavy, relatively large hail falling right there as well. And that's not in a warned area either. And that is west-northwest of the Cuthbert area near Highway 82, it looks like there. And you can see by the bluish color here, a little bit of dark blue right there in the center where that Highway 82 symbol is. If you look up here on the legend, you can see that some of that hail is about an inch or so in diameter right there in that area. And look how that hail core extends out as well. So some of these storms are really putting down some hail out there this morning, and some of it could be some relatively large hail there as well. And again, if you are in that area and you have pictures, if you're near the Springvale area, just know that this could be affecting you in a little bit, near Morris, Crossroads. If you're right up in this area here and you're getting pictures of some hail or wind damage, we definitely would like to see that. Chime it in to us, WGXA.tv, and click the Chime In tab, and let's get those pictures if you would please. We would like to see those. But again, make sure it's safe for you to go out and do that. We don't want you to go outside in a severe thunderstorm or some torrential rain falling just to try to get those pictures. Okay, we're going to go back to the radar right now. Put it in motion. This is over the last 6 hours. And you can see that, again, these very, very heavy, let me scroll that up just a little bit, make it a little more better to see. Again, we're looking at north of the Albany area. That's where we have a very heavy thunderstorm and a thunderstorm warning here. Just to the northwest of Albany, another severe thunderstorm warning going on there. And that's for this complex of storms here, moving due south of east. So we'll call that southeast, moving in that direction, or east, southeast. And so if you're in the Ocilla area, or you know someone that is, you're about to get hit pretty hard there as these thunderstorms are moving right in that direction. But as I've been saying the last little bit, most of us here in the immediate Middle Georgia area, we're talking Forsyth, Thomaston, Macon, Warner Robins, Butler area. So far, we are faring pretty good as far as on the severe side, even though we are seeing some heavy rain out there with some occasional lightning and thunder, possibly even some gusty winds from time to time. But again, if you have any damage reports or any pictures, we would like for you to chime them into us regardless of where you are. I'm looking back again over here at this activity in Alabama. South of Montgomery seems to be the heaviest activity right now, or southeast of Montgomery. Then we got some north. So this conveyor belt of showers, thunderstorms is just going to continue. It's not going to stop anytime soon. It's going to continue rolling right into the Middle Georgia area. So we got the rain out there right now. We're going to have the rain, I think, most of the morning. Then in the afternoon, we could end up still picking up some showers, some thunderstorms. This afternoon, we could even have a few strong to severe. And this actually could linger on into early tonight. Just impressed by all the lightning that we have out there with some of these storms. And I'm still watching this tornado warning, even though it is not in Georgia, so don't get panicky and don't get afraid. But this tornado warning over here, that's in southern Alabama, north of the Dothan area. So we have to definitely be watching that area in southwest Georgia, excuse me, to see if that does affect that area. Again, severe thunderstorm warning for Dougherty, Lee, Terrell, and Worth counties, and that's for about another 3 minutes until 9:45. We will wait and see if they do allow that to expire, or if they will extend it, or if they maybe extend the warnings farther to the east or anywhere else. But we do have that particular warning going on there. Again, that is until 9:45. And you can see the very, very, very heavy rain going on there with all that thunder and lightning. We showed you the hail core on that a few minutes ago as well. I'm going to go back over here and look at the Doppler winds again. There's really no signs of any rotation out there. So that is the good news. And real quickly, we'll go back over to our hail tracker. It even appears that most of the hail currently that was falling has actually subsided just a little bit. Still got just a little patch of hail right here south of the Rochelle area. I'll zero in on that, get a little closer. And that is near the Owensboro area. A little bit of hail falling there. And then we've, of course, got some here within that severe thunderstorm warning near Davis Mill, between there and Oakfield. Still have some hail falling in that area. Now, we're going to watch and see if this severe thunderstorm warning does cancel or is allowed to expire in about 30 seconds or so. And while we're doing that, I'm going to look at this hail core over here between Benevolence and Cuthbert area here. Some hail going on there as well. Okay, they did allow that warning to expire. So we're going to back up right now and take a look and see if we have any warnings. Currently, I don't see any other warnings in the entire state of Georgia. So that is good for right now. Still watching this tornado warning here, but again, that is in southern Alabama, north of Dothan. It's going to be interesting to see if that particular storm moves into southwest Georgia and what it may produce down in that area. But as of right now, all of Georgia, we are clear. I'll go back to a radar. We'll take a radar tour one more time, and if we don't see another warning pop up, we'll end our live stream for right now. We will leave the radar up and going, but I'll take a little bit of a break and maybe grab a cup of water or something for my throat. But right now, I don't see anything going on as far as warnings. Looking at our radar right now. Again, we do have a lot of heavy rain rolling through portions of middle Georgia right now. The good news is when you get from about the Monroe County area northward, there's just a little bit of light rain going on up in there. So look at Atlanta right now. You're not getting anything. Look at Athens, Atlanta, you're clear. Well, I say clear, you're mostly cloudy, but you have no rain going on there. Most of the activity, as I've been saying all morning, is going to pretty much be from about the Macon area down toward the Albany area, right in that, at least for the next few hours. So that's the areas we will be watching. Again, thankfully, most of the activity is down into getting into the South Georgia area and not really affecting many of us here in the immediate Macon, Warner Robins, Dublin area, but that could be changing, so we'll be watching that. Okay, I think we're going to leave the radar up and going and on our social media pages. So if you would like to, head on over to the App Store if you've not already downloaded our WGXA Skywatch Weather app. We encourage you to do that right now because you will get immediate watches and warnings as they are delivered or as they are put out. Not only that, you'll be able to see the radar, track these storms, not only today, but every day. This will be something that you could do for a long time, as long as you have that app. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of break, let my throat rest a little, and we will most likely leave the radar up and going. And if something else comes up, we'll be right back live. All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go ahead and do another quick Facebook and social media live post here this morning due to the potential for strong storms here in Middle Georgia. Okay, let's go ahead and look at our radar once again now, because the good news is right now here in the state of Georgia, and earlier this morning we had a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings issued, and if you were with us on social media, you were following us as we were talking about those. Those did expire and were allowed to expire at about 9:45 this morning was the latest, and right now statewide we do not have any warnings at all going on. So that is the good news. Now we're still looking at this tornado warning over here, but that's out of Georgia. That's in southern Alabama, just north of the Dothan area. And we're hoping that for the folks in southwest Georgia's sake that does not move over into the area. But anyway, let's take a look here, a close look at what's going on in middle Georgia. Let's zoom in here on our area here. Now, as I said earlier, if you look at this, most of the activity is actually south of the Atlanta area, which Atlanta, let's zoom out a little bit and you can see they're getting nothing up in the Atlanta area. And I've been watching this over the last 20, 30 minutes. Most of the activity seems to be trending more shifting to the south. So if that be the case, from about Forsyth and Monroe County northward, you're not going to get a whole lot, especially not this morning. Now this afternoon, we could have another round of showers and storms that could do whatever. But as of right now, the good news is most of it seems to be from about the Macon area down to the Albany area. And the good news is it seems to be shifting more down into that area. Look at all the thunder, lightning, heavy rain down south of our area in southwest Georgia. So again, that is the good news. Now, we just had another severe thunderstorm warning issued, but again, that's down there in southwest Georgia, so we won't say a whole lot about that other than just show you where it is, just in case you have friends or relatives in that area. And there we go. So that's a severe thunderstorm warning. That's for Clay, Early, and Henry County. Again, that's down there in southwest Georgia. So just for the sake of mentioning it, we'll do that. And that is right there in front of that tornado warning that is in Alabama. So I'm a little concerned about the folks down in that area if they're going to have to possibly deal with that tornado warning that may be extended over into southwest Georgia, but we'll wait and see on that one. But either way, the good news is that's out of our area. Let's go back to middle Georgia here where we are, our neck of the woods, and you can see right now in Macon we have some moderate rain falling. You can see that by the orange, yellow and orange colors. Moderate rain here, looking all the way over toward Wrightsville, down toward Dublin, down toward the Eastman area, Cochran, over toward Montezuma, Butler. We've got that moderate rain going on. And the good news is once you get north of the Cordele area, let's say Montezuma, Cordele area, up to Macon, we do have some rain going on, but notice we do have some lightning strikes, but we don't have a whole lot going on, not near as much as going on down here in southwest Georgia and South Georgia. So that is the good news. We don't have near the intensity of thunderstorms going on up in our area as we do down near the Albany area and south of our area down here around Albany, Moultrie, and areas here in southwest Georgia. That's where they're really getting hit and hammered really hard. And some of these locations down there yesterday had some tornado reports. Not only that, wind reports. We also had some hail reports. We even had a few of those here in middle Georgia yesterday, but right now we're faring pretty good here in the immediate middle Georgia area as far as any type of severe weather is concerned. But like I said, right here in middle Georgia, we do have some light to moderate rain going on, and we also, as I said, do have some lightning strikes going on out there as well. You can see those there. Let's pull up our hail tracker and see if we are looking at any type of hail here in middle Georgia. I don't think we're going to see any here because, as I said, we don't have the intensity of thunderstorms that we have going on down in South Georgia. And no, we don't have any, so that is the good news. No severe thunderstorm warnings. We don't have any hail going on here. There could be some winds, 20, 30 miles per hour, maybe moving around with some of these storms out there across middle Georgia, but right now I don't see anything that would produce any high winds in our area either. Again, most of the heavier stuff is down here near the South Georgia area, where we're looking at a few areas where we're picking up a little bit of hail, but we had more than that earlier this morning too. So everything seems to be quite getting a little bit quieter out there weather-wise. All right, let's go ahead and look at our radar once again. We'll do it in still motion right now and show you exactly as it is as we speak right now. Again, south of McRae, near Ocilla, south of Cordele, Americus, down in that area, that's where we have the heavy thunderstorms going on, putting down very heavy rain, thunder, a lot of frequent lightning, possibly gusty winds with some of those storms. Then you get up north of that area, we have light to moderate rain with a few lightning strikes going on there. But again, by far the worst is down in that area. So we will put this in motion once again. And you can see most of it is moving out of the Alabama area from west to east. I think most of it's now beginning to shift slightly down to the south of east. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about, which is good news for us here. I'm going to go out on a wider view. And let's just take this all the way over into the Alabama area now. You see this right here? Watch how these storms are kind of moving in that direction, moving down to the southeast. So if this continues, the good news is most of this worst weather will be missing our area here in Macon, Warner Robins, Forsyth, Monroe County, Thomaston, Upson County, toward Jones County and Gray area. If this current trend and movement continues, it looks like that's where most of the worst weather will be. And that's the good news, is it'll be down here away from us. But over the last several radar scans, most of it seems to be shifting more down to the south. Now, that doesn't mean we're not going to get any severe weather, because today's not over. I think we're going to see this morning. We may actually get a little bit of a break, maybe some light rain or whatever, and then this afternoon we could actually end up with once we get a little more daytime heating, we could actually end up with some more thunderstorms that could be firing up across the area as well. But as I said, right now the good news is for us here in Middle Georgia, we do not have any severe thunderstorm warnings. We have no warnings going on. And the only warning in the entire state of Georgia, again, is down here in southwest Georgia, where we have that severe thunderstorm warning for Clay, Early, and Henry County. And that is until 9:45. Why does it say, okay, Central Time? I was going to say, okay, something's wrong here. That is Central Time. So that would be 10:45 our time. So that's in about 35 more minutes. Now, I want to go back and show you the severe threat level today, because we definitely have the potential for a few strong storms across middle Georgia, as we've already seen a few, although they were south of the Macon, Warner Robins area. This light tan shaded area, you can see it right here, level 1. Level 1 for all of us here across the area. We'll zoom out a little bit on this and let you even see when you get north of Atlanta, you're not in any type of threat level. Level 1 from about Atlanta southward to the Alma, just north of the Albany area. And down in Albany, toward Valdosta, North Florida, that's where you're at a level 2. And that's where we're getting the heavier storms going on right now, down in that area. We've been showing you that on radar all morning, and that is where we have been picking up the severe thunderstorm warnings as well. Now, not to be undone, we still have a flood watch that is in effect for a large chunk of middle Georgia. It's from Gray, Jones County, all the way down to Twiggs County, down toward the Cochran area, Eastman, down to the McRae area, and points westward and southward. So all of I-75, all of it, from about Monroe County all the way down to Valdosta and Lowndes County, you have that flood watch that is in effect. Now, for our area here in Middle Georgia, the flood watch is in effect until this evening. When you get into southwest Georgia and South Georgia, the flood watch is in effect until tomorrow evening. The reason that is they're getting a lot heavier rain down there than we're getting here. Some of the rainfall totals, I'm going to go to that right now, and I'm going to show you some of the rainfall totals that we have picked up. Now, this is just in the radar estimated, and this is just in the last 6 hours. Again, last 6 hours. Macon, Warner Robins points northward a little bit. Look at what happens right here when you get into that zone where we've had those continual thunderstorms flowing over the same area. Now, this is just in the last 6 hours. All this purple shaded area here, you can see by the color legend here, 1 to 2 inches. We got this area here where you see some kind of orangish looking, reddish orange looking colors. That's 2 to 3 inches. And folks, that's just in the last 6 hours. Let me go to the last 24 hours. This is the last 24 hours, estimated by radar. And you can see by far the heaviest rain has been south of our area, right in that where we're getting hit hard right now. So we're talking 3, 4 plus inches of rain. So I'm quite sure some of the rivers down toward from Columbus toward Albany area, down I-75, down toward Valdosta, you're going to have to be watching the rivers down in that area because of this heavy rain that has fallen in that area. Macon, we received about 1 to 2 inches of rain. It's probably closer to 2, I would say, because some areas did receive quite heavy rain from time to time yesterday. We'll zero in a little bit closer here to Middle Georgia. And again, this is the last 24 hours. You can see 1 to 2 inches of rain, a large chunk of our area with the purple shaded here up toward the gray area, Jones County. We've got some places that received over 2 inches of rain. So this is the reason we have the flood watch that's in effect until 7 o'clock or until this evening here in Middle Georgia. And down in South Georgia, you can see why that's in effect until tomorrow evening, because they are receiving about twice the amount of rain that we've received here in Middle Georgia. All right, let's take a look at the radar once again. We'll see if we have any watches or warnings. We'll take another radar scan, and then we'll take another little break and let the radar run. And I don't see that tornado warning over there in Alabama anymore, which is good. But we do still have that severe thunderstorm warning right there for Clay, Early, and Henry County until 10:45 Eastern Time. But in the immediate Middle Georgia area, we don't have anything going on. As you can see, most of what we have right now is just light to moderate rain with a few lightning strikes, a few rumbles of thunder. But the good news is we don't have anything severe going on here in Middle Georgia at the present time. Widen out the radar a little bit, we'll look again over to our west, over into Alabama, where all of this will be coming from. And notice we got some more activity over here that will be moving. But notice over the last few hours, a lot of it seems to be shifting a little bit more down to the south. So if that happens again, and we just received another severe thunderstorm warning here. Okay, this is a new severe thunderstorm warning that has been issued. Again, this is for South Georgia, so we won't spend a whole lot of time talking about it, but this is for Berrien, Cook, Irwin, and Tift County. So if you know anyone down there around the Ray City, Nashville, Adel, Tifton area, that's where this particular severe thunderstorm warning is located. It does include the city of Nashville. They're right around Tifton, up toward the Ocilla area near Fitzgerald, right there. And notice that very heavy thunderstorm that's moving into that area right there. And notice all the lightning detected with that as well, heavy rain. Let's go ahead and check the hail tracker on that right now as well. And that particular storm is producing some hail as well. You can see it near Osceola here. You can see some here off near the Chula area. And then behind me, look over here. So that's another aspect of these storms out there this morning is producing some of that hail. Let's take a look over here at this other severe thunderstorm warning that is straddling the Alabama-Georgia border. And we do have some hail with that one as well. All right, let's go back to the radar. Okay, so since this severe thunderstorm warning is basically down into the South Georgia area, away from us, we're just going to maybe stay on another 2 or 3 minutes, and we'll take another little break, let the radar roll for you, and then, if need be, we'll come back and talk about some more weather here and possibility of severe. But right now, the good news is most of the severe weather, most of the heavy rain, most of the strong thunderstorms are south of the Macon area and down here approaching the southern part of middle Georgia down into South Georgia. Macon right now, as we said, we are picking up some moderate rain, and we're almost to the point that we're just about to start getting some light rain now. You can see gray right now, you're just picking up light rain. Over toward Forsyth and Monroe County, light rain, and that extends down where it gets a little bit heavier as we get into Macon down to Warner Robins. So I'm not going to keep rambling, so just to let you know, we're going to, since we don't have any severe weather watch or warnings right now in middle Georgia, just that down in South Georgia, we're going to take another little break here and let the radar roll for a while, and if need be, we will be right back if there are any warnings that are issued. In the meantime, we do encourage you to go over to the WGXA Skywatch Weather app, go to your app store. Go ahead and download that today, WGXA Skywatch Weather app. It's a great app to have in times like this when there is the potential for strong storms in the area. And immediately when watches or warnings are issued, you will get them right to the palm of your hands. Not only that, you'll get to pull up the radar, look at the motion of the storms, look at how strong the storms are, where they're going, where they've been. And not only that, but get your forecast. So right now would be a great time to do that. And again, if you have had any type of damage, wind damage or hail or whatever, if you have taken some pictures of that, we'd like to see that as well. Go to WGXA.tv. That's our website. Click the Chime In link and send us those pictures or some video of that. We would love to see that as well, and may possibly even use it on the air here, maybe during our evening newscast and morning newscast. So if you would get on those over on to us as well. Okay, since I said there's nothing really going on here in middle Georgia of any consequence, we're going to take a little break, and if conditions warrant, we'll be back in just a little bit.